Are you sure you're really hiding who you are? Because most of the time, your mouth is not the first thing that gives you away. Your body does it before you even notice. The way you walk into a room, the way your eyes move, the way you laugh when you feel nervous, even the way you stand when you think nobody is paying attention. These small things may look random, but they are not. They are quiet signals. And whether you like it or not, they can reveal parts of your real personality before you say a single word. Let's start with something simple. The way you walk. Most people never think about it. You get out of the car. You walk into a store. You cross a parking lot. You step into a room full of people. It feels normal, automatic. But your walk can say a lot about you. If you walk fast, with long steps, people may see you as confident, driven, and full of energy. You may look like someone who knows where they are going. But it can also make you seem impatient, like you are always chasing the next thing. If you walk slowly, with short or hesitant steps, people may read that differently. They may see you as careful, quiet, or lost in thought. Sometimes, they may even sense that you are unsure of yourself, even if you are not trying to show it. That is the part most people miss. Your walk is not just movement. It is body language in motion. Your shoulders, your head position, your speed, your balance, your confidence, it all comes together. And people notice more than you think. A straight posture with relaxed shoulders can make you look open and steady. But walking with your head down, arms tight, or steps uneven can make you look guarded, anxious, or easy to read. You may not be trying to send any message at all, but your body is still sending one. That is why the way you walk matters. It can make you look strong, nervous, focused, tired, confident, or vulnerable before you ever open your mouth. Now, let's talk about eye contact. This is one of those things people notice right away, even if they do not say it out loud. When you look away too much, people may think you are nervous, unsure, distracted, or hiding something. Maybe that is not true. Maybe you are just tired, shy, or thinking, but that is not always how it feels to the person in front of you. On the other hand, holding eye contact too long can feel just as strange. It can come across as intense, pushy, or even a little creepy. There is a fine line between confidence and making someone uncomfortable, and then there is blinking. When someone blinks fast, it can make them look anxious or under pressure. When someone barely blinks, they may seem calm, cold, or like they are trying too hard to stay in control. Even your pupils can give you away. When you are interested, excited, nervous, or attracted to someone, your eyes may react before your face does. That is what makes eye contact so powerful. You may think you are just having a normal conversation, but your eyes are sending little signals the whole time. They show confidence, they show stress, they show interest. Sometimes, they show things you were trying to keep private. Your mouth can choose words. Your eyes are harder to manage. Here is something most people never think about. The way you hold your phone. It sounds small, almost silly, but it can say more than you expect. If you use your phone with one hand, scrolling and typing with your thumb, you may come across as independent and confident. You move fast. You trust yourself. You do not need everything to feel perfectly controlled. But sometimes, that same habit can also make you seem a little impulsive. If you hold your phone with two hands, that sends a different message. It can make you look more careful, more protective, like you want control and do not want to make a mistake. Maybe you are the kind of person who likes things steady and secure. Then there are people who hold the phone in one hand and tap with the index finger of the other hand. That often feels more deliberate. These people may think before they act. They may not like rushing. They may prefer to be accurate instead of fast. Even texting habits reveal something. Some people fire off quick messages full of typos and do not care much. Others reread every sentence, fix every emoji, and worry about how the message will sound. Neither one is automatically good or bad, but it shows something. Your phone is not just a device in your hand. It is a small window into how you handle control, pressure, speed, and communication. Now, here is where it gets interesting. When you sleep, your mind finally stops trying to manage everything. You are not performing. You are not choosing your words. You are not trying to look confident, calm, or put together. But your body is still talking. The way you sleep can say a lot about what you may be carrying inside. If you sleep on your back, open and spread out, it can give off a sense of confidence. Like you are not trying to protect yourself from the world. You take up space. You let your body rest without curling in. But if you sleep curled up in the fetal position, knees pulled in, arms close, that can tell a different story. It often feels like a need for safety, like your body is trying to protect you even when you are asleep. Side sleepers may come across as more steady and trusting. There is comfort there. It feels balanced, not too open, not too closed off. Then there are stomach sleepers. Face down, arms up, body pressed into the bed. That position can feel bold, stubborn, and restless at the same time, like someone who wants control, even while sleeping. Of course, one sleeping position does not explain your whole life, but it can reveal patterns. Because at night, when the lights are off and nobody is watching, your body may show what your mind spends all day trying to hide. Everybody has a little habit that shows up when pressure hits. Maybe you bite your nail. Maybe you twist your hair. Maybe your foot starts tapping under the table. Maybe you bite your lip without even realizing it. At first, these things look small, just random habits. But they are not always random. A lot of the time, they are your body's way of trying to calm itself down. Nail biting can show up when someone feels tense, frustrated, or like things are not quite right. Hair twisting can happen when the mind is busy and the body needs something to do. Foot tapping often shows restlessness, like your brain is moving faster than the room around you. And lip biting or cheek chewing can be even more revealing. Sometimes it shows stress. Sometimes it shows embarrassment. Sometimes it is a sign that a person is holding back a feeling they do not want to say out loud. That is the strange part. You may think you are keeping your emotions private, but your body may already be giving people clues. The tapping foot, the tense jaw, the chewed nail, the hand that will not stay still. These are not just habits. They are little signals from the nervous system, showing how you handle pressure when words are not enough. Silence makes some people uncomfortable fast. You have probably seen it before. The room gets quiet for 2 seconds, and someone immediately starts talking. They joke, they explain, they fill the space with anything they can find. Sometimes that looks friendly, but a lot of the time it is just discomfort. Silence feels too heavy, so they try to escape it. Then there are people who can sit in silence without panicking. They do not rush to prove anything. They do not need to talk just to feel safe. They can pause, think, breathe, and let the moment be what it is. That says a lot, because silence is not really empty. It shows what is going on inside you. If silence makes you nervous, it may mean you are worried about being judged, ignored, or misunderstood. If you can handle it calmly, it often shows you are more comfortable with yourself. This happens in friendships, in relationships, even at work. The person who can stay calm in a quiet moment often has more control than the person who keeps talking just to break the tension. So the next time silence shows up, pay attention. Your reaction may reveal more than your words. Your laugh says more about you than you think. Some people laugh loud. They throw their head back. They do not care who hears them. That kind of laugh often comes from someone who is outgoing, expressive, and comfortable taking up space. They are not trying to disappear. Then there are people who laugh softly. Maybe they cover their mouth. Maybe they smile more than they laugh out loud. These people may be more private, more careful. They feel things, but they do not always want the whole room to see it. And then there is the fake laugh. Most people can feel it right away. It sounds a little off. The timing is wrong. The face smiles, but the body does not fully join in. A real laugh is different. It has rhythm. It has warmth. It comes out before you can control it. Sometimes it is loud. Sometimes it is awkward. Sometimes you snort, wheeze, or make a sound you wish nobody heard. But that is what makes it real. The people with the weirdest laughs are often the most genuine because they are not trying so hard to sound perfect. So, if you have ever heard your own laugh on a recording and cringed, do not be too hard on yourself. That laugh may be one of the most honest things about you. Winning is easy to handle. When things go your way, it is simple to look calm, mature, and in control. Anybody can smile when they are ahead. But losing is different. That is when the mask starts to slip. Think about how someone reacts when they lose a game, get corrected in front of others, miss an opportunity, or get cut off in traffic. That moment can say a lot. Some people explode right away. They get angry, blame someone else, or act like the whole world is against them. That usually shows a strong, competitive side, but it can also show poor control over frustration. Other people laugh it off. They may still feel disappointed, but they do not let it take over. They can lose, breathe, and move on. That kind of reaction often shows flexibility and emotional strength. Then there are the quiet ones. They do not yell. They do not complain. They just go still. Their face changes. Their voice gets flat. They say they are fine, but you can feel something building underneath. That can be the hardest reaction to read, because anger does not always come out loud. Sometimes it gets stored. The truth is, losing shows a side of people that winning never reveals. It shows how they handle pressure, pride, disappointment, and control when life tells them no. The way you eat can say a lot about how you move through life. Fast eaters often treat meals like something to get through. They take big bites, finish quickly, and move on to the next thing. These people may be ambitious, busy, and driven, but they can also seem rushed, impatient, or always mentally somewhere else. Slow eaters are different. They take their time, they notice the taste, they enjoy the meal instead of racing through it. That can make them seem calmer, more patient, and more in control. But sometimes it can also show that they like things done their way. Then there are people who love trying new foods, new restaurants, strange flavors, dishes they have never heard of. These people often seem open, curious, and willing to experience life without needing every detail planned. Picky eaters usually send a different signal. They may be more cautious. They like what they know. They do not always enjoy surprises, especially when something feels unfamiliar or out of their control. Of course, food habits do not define your whole personality, but they do give hints, because the way you eat often reflects the way you handle comfort, risk, control, and change. Pressure has a way of showing the truth. When life is easy, most people can look calm. They can smile. They can choose their words. They can act like everything is under control. But when stress hits, the body stops pretending. That is when the real signals come out. Some people start sweating more. Their hands get restless. They tap their feet, crack their knuckles, adjust their shirt, or keep moving even when they are trying to sit still. It may look like a small habit, but it often means the nervous system is running hot. Other people react in the opposite way. They freeze. Their body gets still. Their face goes flat. Their voice becomes quiet or almost emotionless. To someone watching from the outside, they may look calm. But inside, they may be overwhelmed. That is the part many people misunderstand. Stress does not always look loud. It does not always look like anger, panic, or crying. Sometimes stress looks like silence, stillness, a blank stare, a person who suddenly stops reacting. And the more often your body handles stress this way, the deeper the pattern becomes. Nail biting, stress eating, sleepless nights, shutting down, snapping at people. These are not just random reactions. They can become habits your body repeats whenever life gets too heavy. So if you really want to understand someone, do not only watch them when they are comfortable. Watch what happens when pressure shows up. That is when the mask gets thin. That is when the real person starts to show. Now look at yourself a little closer. Which habit sounds most like you? Comment below and subscribe to Hidden Health Science for more.